This particular episode had a great deal of action as well as a contentious discussion. Who took a look at it tonight? Shouldn't we say that it was extremely interesting? I am about to talk about the timing of the Solana exchange traded fund. Stablecoin has repercussions that are felt from every angle, which is what we are investigating before we talk about the prices. We ask that you first take a time to rest and unwind, and then we will proceed to dive right in. In this episode, I have everything you could possibly require. We were able to pull out of the semifinals of the softball game that took place. Last night, despite being behind by 4, we had a fantastic squad. We attempted to make a comeback, we tied the score, and we ended up losing 3. When we got back, we had a 4-point advantage, but we ended up losing 8 of them. From one base to the next, however, we were playing exceptionally well as we entered the final inning of the game. We were able to play at the plate as we moved from base to base because my friend Braden was so safe while we were moving from base to base. It was nothing at all like what the United States of America called me out on. For the life of me, I had no idea what he was looking for. Most likely, he is interested in departing. Overall, it has been a wonderful season despite the fact that we made a mistake during the inning that we called and ended up losing by 3 runs. Do you intend to bring this up again the following year? My guess is that the new league will start in either September or October. After gaining an understanding of the situation, we immediately returned to the field. As for me, I did jack my knee up. It turned out to be a fatal occurrence. A complete collapse occurred on the 3rd story, resulting in the entire structure breaking apart. Even though everything was completely chaotic, we were still here, and the shower was a very unpleasant experience. Are you of the opinion that it is more comfortable on Friday? Do not be concerned about it. At the moment, Bitcoin is trading at 61, while Ethereum is trading at 3,447. This represents an increase of 1.37% from the previous day's closing price of 69, which is equivalent to a 69% increase. There is no change in the value of either the United States dollar or the United States dollar cash. Please accept my apologies, but the main lane total for XRP is 47 cents, and its dollar pegs are precisely where we want them to be. A total of $2,311 million is currently the market capitalization of 99 cents cryptocurrency. Primarily as a result of the revelation that an exchange-traded fund ETF will be established for the cryptocurrency, Solana has been the subject of my advocacy for some time now. To answer your question, yes, we did miss the simpler times when there were only 2 numbers or whatever the problem was. The matter has not yet been completely fixed by our team. From what I can tell, I informed you that the ultimate Solana may cost as much as $2,000. To all of you, feel free to laugh at this, but if we perform a computation that is 10 times larger, that is precisely where this item could go for $145 right now. Within the context of the 145 timeframe, Tin places this at $1,450. I am telling you the truth, this object has an instant value of 10 times its value, and it has the potential to bring us a value that is 15 times or more. Because I am currently overindulging in Solana, it is likely that I will purchase further bottles. In light of the fact that it possessed that, I believe that it does some degree reemerge, there has been no change to the ETF pump. On the other hand, I am of the opinion that once everyone comprehends it, it will once again come into play. Following its departure from the system, it is subjected to a comprehensive inspection. I am of the opinion that we will not be able to make any major headway. If you do not already possess a whiskey set, I suppose you are aware that the price range of the 130s could be the optimal price range for this item, provided that Bitcoin continues to maintain these levels. Take advantage of this moment to obtain them. As a result of selling out of a couple more items yesterday, we are out of stock. The only time period that will have any stock of the cherished whiskey sets left is the 1920s only. You can't hold it against them, it's beautiful. A beautiful set that comes with free delivery charges. A huffing and puffing sound can be heard coming from anywhere in the world as my dog has just entered the room. And as is customary, laugh and dance. As Lela stated, I am anticipating the beginning of a big Bitcoin dump. This weekend is going to be full of misery. The old Lela is helpful for you in this regard. In most cases, he responds by saying, honesty, Bitcoin will cost you between 57 and 60,000. That is the location where you need to have stocked up. In the event that it is at all possible, we ought to return there for a second time. While it won't take much. To bring Bitcoin's price down to 60,000, the situation is about to come to an end. We are going to begin our search for the push-up in the month of July, as I have already indicated. In spite of the fact that it was moved, I was under the impression that it took place in June. The required adjustments have been made, and we are currently making preparations for the markets to open in the month of July. It is expected that the second half of the year would be one of the most bullish years in the history of cryptocurrencies, but time is running out. Just like that, it is that easy. The amount of money that is currently waiting to jump into the amount of money that is going to come into play in these markets is going to blow up, but you guys don't. Realize how much money is sitting on the sidelines right now. The development of these markets will result in something. It is our expectation that we will reach a total of $4.50 trillion before the end of the year, with the possibility of reaching $7 to $10 trillion. There is nothing else you have ever seen that can compare to this extraordinary phenomena. You should think about the position of your preferred assets in relation to the total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies. Indeed, Bitcoin was valued at Indeed. The value of one Bitcoin was estimated to be $160,000 at that time. It is destined to that location. Without any problems, we were able to effectively shift Solana from XRP3 to 650 at a price of 10,000 Ethereum. Due to the fact that XRP has not yet broken over 75 cents, we are currently doing an analysis of those charts. Nothing will change unless we are able to break the 75-cent mark. Once that is complete, we will be able to ascertain our current position. This item is moving, and it will soon climb, despite the fact that it has a terrible performance and does not have any boost. A watchful eye is being kept on the aim of 75 cents. As we approach closer to $1 at the end of the year, the value of the dollar will increase. We are making plans to travel in 2025, and many of you are joining us. The year 2025 is not the year for all coins, especially those that are late bloomers, in my opinion. Even if I have a preference for XRP, I believe that RIP is growing more and more accurate as time goes on. In no way am I attempting to be offensive. Please adhere to the plan. The information is correct. As a result of the fact that he divulges information to his targets that they do not wish to hear, one of the best players I have ever collaborated with is reviled by numerous individuals. Have you decided to pay attention to this? It is clear to me. I too am interested in hearing them. That XRP will hit $10 this year, and it will achieve an all-time high by the end of the year is something that we are looking forward to hearing. The charts, on the other hand, do not corroborate that assertion. All of the charts are prepared for the subsequent stage. 75 cents is the amount. Absolutely nothing can bring about a shift in the price of XRP until we hit 75 cents. Following that, we will be able to examine the chart to determine our subsequent range. For the time being, the agenda calls for a brief break consisting of holding 75, increasing up to 150, and remaining at that level for a short period of time. If we complete the year with a score higher than 75, we will set our sights on 3 to 650 regions once we have beyond 150. Following that, we will shift our targets to the level of $150. In addition, we anticipate that the value of XRP will rise by a factor of 10 times. We still have one target. And when I announced this in February, people thought I was crazy because they anticipated that XRP would have already reached its top. However, we still have one target. Unfortunately, the data does not indicate that this is the case. Does this happen to be Keith, the TA that I mentioned before, Carolina? It is important to note the contrast in facial expressions that may be seen between Biden and Trump's eyes when they are communicating. Following that, he continued by adding, "You'll see where I'm heading with this election." While some are going to put an end to the others are going to pass away. Blockchain has come back to assert that this was the very first presidential debate in the history of the world. In most cases, presidential debates go until late in the evening. You are probably already familiar with the individual who is currently having a brief snooze. Despite the fact that you saw it in June, it actually took place in September and October for a specific reason. True, he is right. Given that the show has already started, what is the purpose of it? It would appear that there is a significant tale behind why we are experiencing the presidential discussion at such an early level. This is something that we are able to observe. Is this a correct statement, or do they have a particular plan laid out for them? It does not make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense. To summarize Solana, there you have it, folks.